can pose a question to the chairman of this body, which is Mr. Hanley, not necessarily directly to Mr. Spelich, but that again would be a legal question. The question, Mr. Chairman, is Mr. Spelich's capacity and if he's legally allowed to vote, being that his wife is a member of the health, or a member of, works for the Board of Health or in some capacity, does that create a conflict?
You get a conflict, I'll show you a conflict.
Yeah, that was a threat. On the face of it, I would say no, because Mr. Spelich, through his wife, has no decision-making power in this board. His vote is only for placement on the Board of Health. Not that Mr. Spelich is going to have say-so on the Board of Health with his wife. I mean, we all have spouses that do other things that don't constitute a conflict. I don't see where this would be a conflict. With that in mind, the vote shall stand. Tally vote. Anybody want to witness the tally?
Challenge it.
We have a member of the public witness it, please.
I'd like to challenge that only on the grounds that, well,
Sir, are you?
I am a member of Braceville, which has no representative here before you. So on those grounds, can I vote as a member of Braceville?
No, sir. Not unless I have a letter from your mayor, trustee,
Okay.
whatever, giving you that
That's
authority.
my only question. If I had a representative here, I would have phrased it differently.
I understand.
Mr. Hovanic, as my representative, I'd like to have you challenge that vote. On the record, challenge that vote.
Mr. Meadows, I don't think I can do that because I don't know that it's a conflict.
Didn't come from Mr. Meadows.
Wasn't Mr. Meadows.
I'm sorry?
That question didn't come from Mr.
Oh, I'm
Meadows.
sorry. Who did it come from?
Alan Ryan.
Okay, Mr. Ryan, I don't know that I can do that, other than just from a pressure standpoint here, and I can't agree to do that. I don't have enough knowledge to think that that would be a conflict. I do think that it's possibly because of the way the revised code is, they settled out Mr. Barzak's issue, that was correct. That would be my feeling on that. I don't know legally if that's true or not.
As my representative, I want you to do that and have him tell you can't.
Okay.
I would like that too, Mr. Hovanic. Is there anybody else in Champion who would like Mr. Hovanic to challenge Mr. Spelich's vote?
Okay. To speed this up, Jeffrey, Hovanic, trustee Hovanic.
Yes?
We are going to, we have a tally on the vote. John Spelich's vote is not going to make a difference. John, would you withdraw your vote? Until I get a legal opinion, or we can table this and do this at a different day. Table it. Okay, I'm going to go with legal opinion. His vote will stand. The vote will be taken as is. If someone would like to challenge it, I suggest they challenge it through the court. I'm only going on advice of legal counsel.
Mr. Hovanic, as my representative, I would like to have that vote under protest. Would you put that under protest?
For the purpose of the record, I won't protest the vote. I don't know the legal opinion on that specifically, so I'm not sure that it's fair, but for the record, I will protest.
Thank you very much.
Challenging the legality of the vote. On his vote on behalf of West Farmington.
That's been resolved. What is your issue for challenging the vote?
The question at hand was that it's because his wife works for the Board of Health, there's no conflict of interest in that vote.
And proxy.
Ethics.
Okay, we've already dealt with the proxy. I don't want to hear the proxy anymore, sir.
Ethics.
His vote was for his mayor, right? Was the vote on the letter that you have, just like his one?
Yes.
So he really didn't need to vote, the mayor did, right?
He was instructed by his mayor how to vote.
Okay, thank you.
And city council.
Can you close comments and go on?
Yes, sir. Okay, with that in mind, if someone wants to challenge only the aspect of our conflict of interest with John's vote.
I think, Fred,
Sir,
I challenge that because my wife doesn't even belong in this conversation.
no, I agree. John, I agree.
So this is just some spiteful bullshit going on.
Well, John, what you want is, Mr. Hovanic has raised a question from one of his constituents. I think we are covered and we're going to proceed. If someone wants to challenge that, then I suggest you take it up with legal counsel or the prosecutor as far as the conflict of interest.
I'd like my representative from Hovanic to ask who the legal counsel was that you called. Mr. Hovanic, did you ask that question?
This was, you know who the legal counsel is? It's Attorney Gregory Beck, B-E-C-K. A lot of people in local government recognize what law firm he is. He's out of Canton. He was appointed by the insurance company representing this board. And he's the one that entered negotiations with Judge Logan today. Okay. Rebecca, you want to read? Rebecca's now going to read what each individual by community, who he or she voted for. So if you want to keep the tally, go ahead.
And we removed the ballots for Brookfield, the village of Orangeville, and the village of Yankee Lake that Mr. Barzak voted. Okay. Trumbull County voted for John Messersmith, the county commissioner. Bezetta Township voted for John Messersmith. Bloomfield Township voted for John Hall. Bristol Township voted for John Hall. Champion Township voted for John Messersmith. Farmington Township voted for John Hall. Fowler Township voted for John Hall. Green Township voted for John Messersmith. Gustavus Township voted for John Messersmith. Hartford Township voted for John Messersmith. Hubbard Township voted for John Hall. Johnston Township voted for John Messersmith. Kinsman Township voted for John Messersmith. Mesopotamia Township voted for John Hall. Newton Township voted for John Messersmith. Southington Township voted for John Messersmith. Vernon Township voted for John Messersmith. Vienna Township voted for John Messersmith. Warren Township voted for John Hall. Weathersfield Township voted for John Messersmith. Hubbard City voted for John Hall. Portland City voted for John Messersmith. Woodstown Village voted for John Hall. McDonald Village voted for John Messersmith. Newton Falls City, or Village of Newton Falls voted for John Hall. And West Farmington voted for John Messersmith. The final tally was 16 for John Messersmith and 10 for John Hall.
Okay, what the state law and the bylaws say that the majority vote is for John Messersmith, the next appointed representative for Trumbull County. Thank you everyone for participating. Okay, next agenda item will be time we'll have the annual report by the health commissioner.
Thank you. Thank you all. Brad, county manager, trustee, mayor, for attending tonight. I wanted to update you with a couple things. One is that the health department was provided with this well water booklet. It's geared toward instructing people on the various aspects of well water protection that is available to them. The book describes in detail how wells are constructed, how one protects them, what kind of standards are used to assess them, and what can be done when there's a problem. Of course, the health department is fully capable of helping in that regard as far as how the freshwater well
Can you speak up,
designed
please?
to assist any
We can't hear.
of our residents with that.
They can't hear back here.
All right, I'll try to speak up.
What's wrong with the speaker? Turn on the mic.
The second thing that I wanted to talk about a little bit was our annual report.
Paul, how about this work? Paul, how do you turn these lights off?